We're back in Peterborough and the Kawarthas to feature some of the best things to do in the area. The last time we were here was to do a video about the Great Canadian Canoe Route, which is a really cool trip you can take that starts off at the Canoe Museum in Peterborough and takes you around Ontario to not only learn about the canoe, but to actually learn how to paddle. We had such a fantastic time, so I definitely recommend you watch that video. But now we're back, and what's cool about this trip is the last time we were here, this canoe museum was in its old location and they were talking about the new one that was coming up. Now we're here for the grand opening. It just opened a few months ago, so I can't wait to get inside and check it out. This location is so much better than their old location. The building itself is really beautiful, and it's even been built to slightly resemble a canoe, which you can kind of see from the angle where we're standing right now. And another cool feature, of course, is this time it's actually right next to the water. Peterborough was once the epicenter of canoe making in the world, and now this museum is home to the world's largest collection of canoes, kayaks, and paddled watercraft. The canoe was essential to many Indigenous people worldwide for food harvesting, travel, and trading before becoming essential to the fur trading industry and becoming a Canadian icon for helping to create the country we're in today. We loved all the interactive displays and artifacts, the kids area with a selection of books and stuffed animals, and the animal hide display where Emma and Sophia got to touch beaver hide for the first time. Well, as always, the Canoe Museum is such a great place to visit. We highly recommend it. And even though the canoes and artifacts haven't really changed since the last time we visited, the location is so much better. The building's beautiful. There's a nice cafe where you can enjoy lunch on the patio. And of course, you can come down to the water and actually go canoeing now or take part in one of their many classes they offer as well.
It's time for supper, and we decided to come to the Publican House Brewery and Pub, which is a pretty cool spot because they have a huge patio and it's actually inside a 117-year-old building. And we got some of the popular items in the menu, which is the wooden fire pizza, as well as the Cuban egg rolls. And we've tried them and they're like super good. Like it's very, very good.
And of course, since we're in a brew pub, we had to order some beer. We always tend to go with a flight because that way you get to try a little bit of everything. So far, I really like their raspberry ale, and I haven't tried one of these Cubano egg rolls yet, so I'm gonna do it now. They have a dill pickle salsa. Pretty good. To end our day, we're here at Peterborough Music Fest, Canada's longest running free summer concert series, which is pretty cool. They put it on here in the park right along the riverfront. It's a beautiful location and convenient for us. We're staying in the Holiday Inn, which is right next door, which makes it super easy to come over here with the babies and check it out. And I can't help but listen and admit it. I miss.
Today is such a nice day that we decided to take a short walk along the river for breakfast.
It's such a beautiful spot here, and the trail is actually part of the Trans-Canada Trail that goes all across Canada. Today we're going to be spending the whole day at Riverview Park and Zoo. Right now the babies are actually sound asleep, but when they wake up, they'll find themselves at Canada's only CASA accredited free admission zoo.
Which is crazy.
I know, I don't know how they afford it with all these mouths to feed, but I guess it's from donations, which you should definitely leave if you come visit.
And our first stop is here looking at the alpacas, and I love their haircut.
Very fancy.
Emma, is this your first ostrich?
It's a meerkat. It's like in the Lion King.
Oh, we found the primates, which I'm pretty sure are a close relative of Emma and Sophia. These are called Barbary sheep.
I don't think I've ever seen one before.
Hi. Hi.
The yaks look like they have dreadlocks.
Here we're in the cat section and I can actually see the lynx.
As we were making our way home from the zoo, we noticed this National Historic Site right behind us called the Trent Severn Lift Locks, or otherwise known as the Peterborough Lift Lock. And I didn't realize how big of an attraction it is. There's people like waiting here on the side of the road. Some have their lunch with them and chairs. I'm assuming they're hoping that it's gonna lower, as this thing lowers boats about 60 feet down into this this canal system. Pretty cool. It was started construction in 1896 and finished in 1904. So it's been here a long time, and I believe it's one of the biggest hydraulic lift locks in the world. Now we're here at Lang Pioneer Village Museum, a living history museum that's not far from Peterborough. We usually love coming to these places. They're such a great way to learn what life was like back in the day here in the area. And unfortunately, this is actually closed today. It's Monday. I believe they're closed Mondays and Tuesdays, but they've agreed to give us a private tour. Representing a full century in time, this living history museum will not only take you back in time, but also through time, with over 30 homes and businesses located in the picturesque village. We learned about the history and culture of local First Nations at the Obnobbin camp and the hardship of the settlers that arrived, along with their traditional chores, trades, and pastimes. Something that really surprised us though was the weaver shop, where we got to witness one of only 3 working jacquard looms in Canada, which is the weaving machine that led to the development of modern computing. Another building we loved was the general store, where we got to see old products and antiques while pretending like we were living back in the day.
I'm very glad that they organized that private tour for us. Very informative. However, I did miss the people in customs. It just brings the whole village alive.
Yeah, but it was really interesting to learn about that machine that actually used binary code. That was basically like the beginning of computing. So
yes.
I had no idea about that before, so that was really cool. But now we're here at Elmhirst Resort. We were actually here once before when we did our other video on the Great Canadian Canoe trip. We actually got to go canoeing here and spend the night. But this time we're here for a farm tour and a really delicious lunch.
Well, I ordered my all-time favorite, a French dip, and the soup of the day, which is sweet potato and orange. So I got it for me and for the babies because they love sweet potato. And I love when they have kids menu, so the babies got some chicken fingers with plum sauce and a side of fruit. Let's try this guy. But before that, I gotta give some to Emma because otherwise she's gonna be screaming.
Chicken.
Yummy. Okay, so let's dip this. Look, it's huge, eh? Very tasty.
Pretty good, eh? And I went with the Elmhirst own duck banh mi, I believe it's called, like a Vietnamese take in a sense, but it's basically confit duck leg on a baguette with like a maple chipotle barbecue sauce, and it's pretty good. But one of the nice things in Ontario is they have a lot of their own wines here, so we get a nice Ontario-made rosé wine to wash it down with, right? Want some?
She will take some.
Very refreshing on a nice day like this.
Yeah, it's very nice wine.
And I love the patio. Today is such a nice day. It's not very hot or cold. And there's no bees or wasps, which is even better because I don't like when they're around. For dessert, the babies had included a scoop of ice cream, and we decided to order
Orange sorbet.
Orange sorbet, and they love it.
After lunch, we were given a tour of their beautiful farm, which included their chickens, ducks, and cows, some of which provide food for the restaurant. Nestled along the shores of Rice Lake, we always love visiting this beautiful resort. Well, after a quick tour of their farm, I think I want to move here.
I know, it's such a nice property.
Yeah.
I love that they have such a huge lake, and pretty much all the cabins are like lakefront, which is something super nice. So I'm sure we'll be back to stay here for a couple of nights.
Even the first time we only stayed here one night, so we definitely have to come back for more.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that feels weird in this video. Like, we've showcased a lot of family-friendly things to do here, but one of the things we didn't feature was getting out on the water.
Yes.
That's because we have the babies now, but if you don't and you have the chance, you definitely, like, the number one thing to do here is to get out, go canoeing. Or
Yeah, because
kayaking
there's
or
a lot
something
of
like that.
rivers, lakes.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we think we'd like to live here, because we love the water. But anyways, yeah, we hope you liked this video. We hope we inspired you to visit Peterborough and the Kawarthas. And if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can learn more about Canada. And of course, if you want to read some of our travel guides, check out mustycanada.com. Turkeys!
Oh, with your finger.
The turkey likes you.
Twins are having fall.